you'll hear about that in just a second. And they've been pretty persuasive. I've heard them twice, so this is the third time it's growing on me. So you'll know why.
I'm Hayden. And this is our dress code presentation. Teachers across America can teach their class. But could it be better? Absolutely.
Our research has shown that colors are the main cause of intelligence.
And what does that mean? More colors.
We've done the hard work so you don't have to.
We found out that people want promotive and balanced colors. Red, gray, and pink.
Let's make a change in how we think.
A big change.
We created a survey for the students to take so we could figure out who wanted what color. And we came back with results of light blue, blue green, red was 83, pink was 35, and gray 47. We decided not to include light blue because it didn't least too many groups, and we would like to add red, pink, and gray to our dress code.
We chose the colors that we wanted to add to our dress code based off of honors research, and we found that the brain focuses on efficiency and emotion. So red is extremely emotional, while gray is based on intellect. But blue and pink, they basically are in the middle.
So, the way this process reacts is in the subconscious part of your brain, which is basically the part that tells you to breathe without thinking. It responds very well to colors, just like how it responds to music, and it affects your mood very significantly. So if we apply more colors to our dress code, then that means that we'll see more colors, which means it can affect their mood, which means they can affect their efficiency, and it just falls all the way down to it can possibly help their grades by fraction.
These are our Rocky School dress code. Castle whites, black, white, and yellow, any shades of blue, brown, zero, and solid colors. Silver, gray, white, and blue, black, and red, rich and green, and solid colors. Why being no dress code? By adding more colors to our uniform policy, we are able to express more of your individuality. First, we can only express our individuality through size. According to Dr. Alan Hilbert, a psychologist, clothes are a source of expression for children, and as kids get older, they become increasingly resemble a uniform. If you approve our proposal, students will be able to express their individuality. More color options will also make it easier for people to buy more colors at a secondhand shop like this. This may also reduce the amount of bullying that some students receive as a result of wearing the same shirt every day.
We also looked at other middle school test scores for language arts and math, and we saw that we were at the bottom of the list for each one because we have the strictest dress code, as you saw. And we added more colors. We believe that our test scores would go up.
I'm gonna use that next time this camera won't do it.
So we decided if we just put in more colors, our test scores would go up. But no, it's hard, we teach our kids to come up with things they want to see change. So we have to take a deep swallow, and we have to say some of those changes are things that we need to address. And we do have the strictest dress code by far. We have stuck to our school colors, and it's been easy to monitor, and our kids have done just fine with it. But they're bringing up some good research, they're bringing up some reasons why we need to look at that. So the second semester, I'm gonna ask them to do a little bit more in the survey department and move forward and try to get some of their wants met as well. Any questions for this group?
Why didn't you recommend a limited trial? All y'all wear red and pink, and you chart your increase in performance, and you would prove your argument.
I like that.
So if all y'all just wore pink and red, and then you can see your academic performance right now, and then see how much it improves, then that would prove your argument.
That's an evaluate part of your process.
That's right.
Question back here.
Yes.
Having worked in a situation with the dress code, and to me, you already don't have a dress code, is because of the variety of colors that you already can wear. Where I worked, it was one color per grade. 8th grade was red, 7th grade was baby blue, 6th grade was forest green. That was it. And your khaki pants. So you have variety. But I want to ask this question. Do you see dress code as being a safety when it comes to your school?
To being a what?
Being a safety?
Safety.
Right.
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
Yes, to begin with, the bullying part that they brought up, that was one of my questions to this group when I heard them, is the bullying happens actually more often when you can see a distinction between students that have and have not. The dress code, a large part, was put into place for that reason, to give everybody an even playing field. The research they did, obviously, when we asked that question, there's still some kids who only have the one color and so they still hear some of that. I think it would be a lot worse if we had no dress code, because that's where we were years ago. And I think most of the teachers who work here would agree that it shows up much worse when you don't have a dress code. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So one of the things that you said that really piqued my interest was that you think that if you can wear more colors, your test scores are going to increase. I like that. So tell me what you think is going to change for your test scores to go up by having different colors.
Well, what we kind of think is that with better test scores, we can bring more students in, which means more money, and it also means that we become a more recommended school to other, parts of the, city. And we can expand this knowledge of, what, colors help the most, like that gentleman recommended by using our colors that we found on a certain group, see how they affect them. And we could modify these colors however we want based on the spectrum and our results and this and this and this and this. And we can essentially and mathematically find the perfect set of colors that we could add into our dress code so that test scores can rise up and then all this effect happens.
I think you're basing that around your brain research. Yeah.
You actually found research
Yes.
that linked colors in the environment to brain performance.
Right.
Is that right?
So that's what you're basing that on.
Did you find that the pink color is more soothing and probably led to less aggressive behavior?
I had a chart here with the spectrum. I don't know where. Right. So what? Basically, it matches similar to a rainbow. Red is at the top near emotion, and gray and blue and purple and things like that are near intellect. So, pink is kind of intellect, but surprisingly, it's more actually in the middle, and we don't really know why, but it's just sort of that way. Now, pink is a very emotional color, but like every color has some negative side effects, like gray. It's very intellectual, so why don't we just make everybody in school wear gray? Well, frankly, because gray is boring. And so they'll get bored, which means they won't do any work whatsoever. So that's why we are not wearing gray. And we can't do red because everybody will just wear red. And red might have its negative aspects and things of the sort. So pink and things like that, we're still working out the spectrum. But again, we can modify this based on that color. So pink is somewhere near the middle, so that's kind of why we chose it.
And one thing that I talked to them about or put on their little feedback on the back is I want them to do another survey about our STEM colors. We did a whole logo change. The kids are wearing it. It's on all of our things. And since we are tied to our school colors, the STEAM is Saluda Trail as well. And it gives a wide spectrum of colors that are available. So I want them to check into that with surveying the kids and see how they feel about some of those colors. Go ahead.
We were actually going to maybe have like some shirts that you could buy. We kind of talked about this briefly. Shirt that you can buy with the actual STEAM logo on it, or some shirts, with allowed into the dress code with the STEAM colors that are in the logo or something like this one.
I have a question. I didn't see any numbers. Have you surveyed, is it the consensus at the school that you would like to extend the shirt colors, or is this a small part of the population, student population that wants to? Did I miss that?
So that's what colors you want, but does everybody feel like we need to change it?
We took a
Is what
survey.
else?
We
We
did
did take a
actually
survey
take a
and-
survey on that with that question.
Part of the survey had what colors do you want, and that's where we got that information from. And we also had a different question that said, do you want to change the dress code or do you not want to change the dress code? And it was kind of like half and half, a little bit with who didn't want to change the dress code and who did. But we also did give a survey to the teachers, and not all the teachers took the survey, but ones we got back, some of them did say they wanted to change the dress code, and again, it was like kind of half and half with who did and who didn't.
So it's kind of a balance. I mean, these were the colors that we got from the survey. We can always, change these, of course. But most 50% of the school kind of wants to change the dress code.
And there's a very, very small group of adults in the building who've even heard this. So I think if they were given the opportunity, which is probably second semester, they give the opportunity to everybody see where they're coming from and what they're doing, then I think they would explain it to everybody. A flat question of do you want to change the dress code or not, you're going to get, a little bit more mixed results. But the beauty of this kind of process is they're doing authentic research, they're evaluating research, and they're also giving some kind of background to support, which is all about, that problem solving and all of those things we want kids to do. Thank y'all you got another question?
Well, just, you
Yes.
might want to, in your next round, if you're going to expand the colors, you could consider orange, because that makes people feel like winners.
That's right. We can live without that.
Their teacher is here too. Becky Funderburk,
Yes.
7th grade.
Yes.
She's right back there watching them.
Also, you have to know that our teachers collaborate. All 4 of the teachers on their team collaborate. Ms. Funderburk is a special education teacher here who also fully integrates. There is a mixture of some of her students, some of the other teachers on the team. They all are used to working together, which is also great. Thank y'all so
Good job,
much.